Ukrainian drones are methodically clearing the battlefield, targeting abandoned and disabled enemy vehicles. The results are devastating. One tank is completely engulfed in flames, reduced to nothing more than burning wreckage. An armored personnel carrier, APC, simply vanishes under drone fire. Another vehicle, attempting to retreat, fails to escape the relentless attacks from above. Meanwhile, another APC approaches from the opposite direction, narrowly dodging incoming artillery fire. Even mines hidden in the terrain cannot prevent the drone from striking. Once the operator locks on, a massive explosion erupts. Fragments scatter across hundreds of meters, forcing nearby Russian infantry to likely retreat. The drone moves in again, and another blast follows, this one revealing that the vehicle was carrying ammunition. Next, a Russian tank moves forward, supported by a mine-clearing unit, pushing through the field. But a Ukrainian drone quickly identifies the target, disables its navigation, and forces the crew to abandon it. Moments later, a second drone strikes, setting the tank ablaze. As a tank drives through a ruined village, it is caught off guard by a fresh drone attack. The footage shows the moment the drone impacts the tank, leaving it heavily damaged, its massive turret blown off. Seeing this, another Russian tank is abandoned by its crew, and for good reason. A drone is already hovering nearby, targeting the tank's weakest point. The outcome is unavoidable. The turret is blasted into the air, and the vehicle is destroyed before it reaches the minefield. Ukraine's unmanned systems are not only effective for direct attacks, they also systematically clean up the battlefield. Followed silently by a Ukrainian drone. The drone, identified as Komi, dives beneath the turret and strikes the hull. The warhead pierces the armor, detonates the ammunition compartment, and the tank is obliterated, reduced to scattered debris. At this point, some APCs cannot be saved. A drone briefly appears above one. Two APCs attempt an assault on a Ukrainian settlement. One provides cover fire, while the other advances. But Ukrainian drones close in relentlessly. The second APC loses support and hits a mine, coming to a sudden stop. Almost immediately, another drone locks onto it, and the vehicle erupts in flames. And another drone quickly moves forward. One APC is struck and immobilized, becoming an easy target for the next attack. Earlier, the first APC was reduced to wreckage, leaving Russian troops with no protection. In one striking example, a Ukrainian drone drops a grenade into an APC. The explosion ignites fuel and ammunition inside, creating an intense fire. The vehicle bursts open like a tin can. A similar incident occurs with another tank. A grenade detonates inside, causing a massive fire and subsequent explosion. The turret, chassis, and hull are scattered in all directions. The blast is so powerful that even a nearby abandoned tank sustains damage. Despite being equipped with reactive armor and electronic warfare systems, it still hits a mine and is abandoned by its crew. The battlefield demonstrates the devastating precision and effectiveness of Ukraine's drone operations. One of the most significant factors that has changed the balance on the battlefield in the Russia-Ukraine war is Ukraine's extensive use of unmanned aerial vehicles, drones, initially deployed for defensive operations in the early stages of the conflict. These drones have gradually become central to Ukraine's offensive capabilities. By combining Western technological support with domestic innovation, Ukraine has pushed the limits of drone warfare. This strategic use of technology, focused on neutralizing Russian tanks, has provided both tactical and psychological superiority. Along the front lines, Ukraine's FPV drones operate like silent predators on the battlefield. These devices allow operators to maneuver with precision, moving undetected toward a tank's vulnerable points. Once in position, the drones deliver their explosive payload with remarkable accuracy. Tanks are not the only targets. Armored personnel carriers, ammunition trucks, command vehicles, and even infantry squads on foot have all been neutralized. The battlefield has been fundamentally altered. Previously, armor thickness, engine power, and gun range were decisive. Now, a vehicle's fate depends on its ability to avoid detection and whether it has effective air defense support. This technological shift has made many traditional combat doctrines obsolete. Long-established tactics of tank infantry coordination are now fraught with danger. At any moment, a drone can appear overhead, posing a threat far more immediate and lethal than artillery or conventional gunfire. For tank crews, the deadliest threat is no longer another tank, but a small, fast-moving flying machine, equipped with a camera and explosives. In many cases, Russian soldiers are forced to abandon their vehicles, seeking shelter in forests or buildings to evade drone attacks. The constant presence of drones significantly undermines morale. As one Russian soldier reportedly said, "When you hear the buzzing of a drone, it means death is already near." However, Ukraine's drone strategy is not limited to striking enemy armor. These unmanned aircraft are also essential tools for reconnaissance, surveillance, and real-time battlefield coordination. In complex frontline areas, drones enable precise target identification, location marking, and rapid decision-making. This provides Ukrainian forces with exceptional flexibility and speed. Unlike the more rigid, centralized command structure of the Russian military, Ukraine's decentralized and adaptive units can quickly respond to battlefield developments. Once a target is identified, coordinates are transmitted, and artillery units or kamikaze drones strike within moments. With devastating effect, drones are particularly effective in urban combat, where maneuvering heavy vehicles is challenging. They can navigate narrow alleys, damaged buildings, or streets littered with rubble. Striking with surgical precision, cities such as Bakhmut, Soledar, and Avdiivka have seen the rise of drone-centric tactics, where UAVs equipped with night vision cameras can operate even in total darkness. As a result, Russian troops are forced to remain constantly alert, with limited opportunity for rest. Sleep deprivation, stress, and continuous exposure to danger severely degrade their combat effectiveness. Drone strikes have increasingly become symbols of Ukrainian success. Destroying a tank is no longer just a tactical victory, it's also a psychological and media achievement. The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense and various independent media outlets frequently release edited drone footage highlighting these dramatic, precise strikes. These videos serve to boost morale at home and act as influential tools abroad. Western media often amplifies these reports, portraying Ukraine's smart war tactics positively, which in turn helps justify additional military support from international partners. Russia, naturally, has tried to counter the growing drone threat. Anti-drone systems, electronic jamming devices, and improvised cage-like armor on tanks are some of the measures attempted. Yet many of these defenses have proven largely ineffective. Ukrainian drone technology continues to advance, often staying ahead of Russian countermeasures, in some cases Ukraine has deployed fiber-optic guided drones immune to electronic jamming, rendering traditional Russian defenses useless. This ongoing technological race is pushing modern warfare into a new, increasingly sophisticated era, with AI-assisted systems and autonomous weapons at the forefront. Ukraine's success in drone warfare is fueled not only by foreign aid, but also by a strong domestic production effort. Early in the conflict, Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 drones played a key role, but Ukraine's real breakthrough came from its own homegrown development. Engineers, civilian volunteers, university labs, and startups have all contributed to building an expanding drone fleet. Public fundraising campaigns have enabled the production of thousands of FPV drones delivered directly to frontline units, demonstrating national unity and the country's spirit of resistance. This sustained campaign of drone-led attrition has significantly influenced the war's course. Russia is now far more cautious about deploying tanks, instead relying on long-range artillery and airstrikes. Yet even these measures often fail to counter Ukraine's mobile, decentralized forces. Many analysts now suggest that this could be the first major conflict where drones may actually decide the outcome of war. If true, it marks a turning point in military strategy, an era where unmanned systems, not traditional armored vehicles, determine the battlefield. Looking forward, the technological competition is expected to intensify. Both sides are developing AI-assisted drones capable of independent target detection, decision-making, and autonomous return-to-base functions. These next-generation systems could reduce the reliance on human operators during high-risk operations, though their deployment raises significant ethical and legal questions. For soldiers on the ground, however, the reality is immediate. Danger now comes silently from above, a whisper of rotors heralding destruction. Ukraine's drone strategy is not just a response to necessity, it represents a blueprint for the future of warfare. Every tank destroyed, every supply route cut, every command post disrupted reinforces the power of these small aerial machines. In this transformed battlefield, victory is no longer determined by the loudest guns or heaviest armor. It is defined by the quiet hum of drones above and the precise eye controlling them. With the press of a button, the fate of men and machines alike can be rewritten.